Preparing a local vegetable dish, Jane Mugabe has been running a restaurant business for more than a decade. She has since grown her customer base from 10 people to over 150 on a daily.
Food back in 1998 was cheap, the rent was affordable, and transport costs very low. The situation is different now.
Reduced supply of food crops in the market, coupled with high electricity and fuel costs, have pushed up the cost of doing business in the country. A plate of food at this restaurant goes for about $3. Mugabe says this price is likely to go up due to the increasing costs of production. And just a few days to the polls, many local business owners like her are concerned about what the future holds. A weaker local currency, which makes the import of raw materials more expensive, remains one of the largest contributors to rising costs of production.
If I sell computers and I don't get profits, it means I won't be able to pay the rent, I won't be able to transport myself, I wouldn't have the better life I need.
Ugandans will vote for their next president on February 18th, and local entrepreneurs are hoping that the new government comes with better economic policies.
Whoever becomes president should address the issue of taxes because taxes are too high. We hardly make ends meet.
Experts say that the forthcoming elections in Uganda have already had a negative impact on investor sentiments. But for Mugabe and her downtown restaurant, the hope to grow her business heavily relies on the outcome of the elections and how the new government will address her concerns. Michael Baleke, CCTV, Kampala.
Let's get to some latest data from the ground. Jane Kyo is part of the team covering the elections in Uganda. She's live in Kampala right now. Thank you for your time, Jane. Besides a reduction in taxation, what are the other key economic concerns that stand out to the people of Uganda? And are there any candidates who seem to be in touch with those particular issues?
Well, Rama, I'll tell you what, one of the key issues is that of a mismanaged trade balance. Uganda is importing more than it is expecting, importing too much and exporting less. And what this has done over the recent years is pile pressure on the country's shilling, pile pressure on the country's economy, because as a result, and over the years, what this has done is knock off a lot of details, like we're seeing a lot of commodity prices shooting up, like in fuel. And over the last 1 year, a lot of businesses were also shut down as a result. Now, this is one of the key issues that investors and business people are really worried about. And one of the other one that is arising this time round, as unlike in the other elections, is the high quality of education. Ugandan voters are worried that they're spending too much in the education sector, but they're not getting their money's worth. They say that the quality of education has not improved. They need the education sector needs a total overhaul. And of course, the other major issue perhaps that has arisen and has been a major issue even in the previous elections is that of employment, the high unemployment rate, particularly among the youth. Are the candidates articulating some of these policy changes? Not really, Rama, as we saw during the presidential debate. A vast majority of them, especially those in the opposition, believe that change, first of all, begins when they come into office.
Indeed. Speaking of change, one of the members of the opposition leader, Kizza Besigye, was arrested earlier today in the CBD in Kampala. What was that all about?
Well, Kizza Besigye was indeed arrested and detained for a short while. This was after he tried to address his supporters in the country's CBD here on Ginger Road here in Kampala. And what happened is that his supporters clashed with the police because the police were saying that he was not supposed to use a crowded area. Rather, he was going to disrupt business, disrupt traffic, given that today was on a Monday. And they had suggested that he use another road to go to Makerere University where he was going to address the students. Kizza Besigye is said to have defied the police orders, and that's when trouble began. The police were forced to use tear gas canisters and rubber bullets to disperse his crowd. Rama, this is of course an opposition zone. Kampala has has mainly historically been Kizza Besigye's zone, if I can call it that. And you can imagine the kind of support and kind of following he has. So that is what police are saying they were trying to avoid. Now, he was arrested, detained, taken home, that's what we are told, but he was later released and he managed to address that rally at Makerere University.
Indeed, we'll keep tabs on developments over there. Thank you, Jane. That's Jane Keo live in Kampala. She and part of the team, of course, in Uganda will be keeping tabs and bringing you the latest developments from the elections taking place there later this week.